I'm going to show you a very interesting pawn race. It's the race between the H pawn and the A pawn. Who will reach the end faster? If you have a very good look at this position, you can see that black is up by a knight. But white pawn seems one tempo ahead, right? Black plays pawn A4, white pushes H6, black pushes A3, white pushes forward, H7, black pushes forward. And then when white promotes, black cannot promote because the h pawn that promoted to a queen is controlling this promotion square. So if black queens, the white queen will just come and take it. Let me show you what I'm talking about. In this position, if black plays pawn forward, pawn forward, pawn forward, pawn forward, pawn forward, and white queens first, black can also queen at the same time, but then the square is controlled by the white queen. So if black queens, white will just take it. So that is the problem that black is facing right now in this position after king f5. But in this position, by the way, there's a game between Atik and Aro in the third round. But in this position, black has a very nice winning move. Can you find it? Black to play and win this pawn race and win the game. Black has knight f6, an unbelievable move. What difference does it make, right? What does a move knight f6 do? I mean, just offering a free knight. The race is still the same, isn't it? But there is one big difference. After king takes it, because if king does not take it, the pawn cannot push to a2 after two moves. So king will take it, and after king takes it, the king is in this diagonal, the most important diagonal. What does it mean? Let's calculate. King takes knight, pawn a4, the race continues, pawn h6, pawn a3, pawn h7, pawn a2. White queens first, and then black can queen because the king is in the way. And when black queens, it's also a check. Black promotes to a queen with a check. And when the king moves, black is just going to go and take the white queen. Black is going to promote with check, and there's a skewer, winning the queen. Let's see what I'm talking about. King takes knight, pawn forward, pawn forward, pawn forward, pawn forward, pawn forward, and white queens first. But is white winning? No, he's losing. Because black queens at the same time with a check and takes the queen with a skewer. And black wins again. This move was possible. The amazing knight f6 move is possible in this position, and it should have been found by Aro. But Aro did not find it. He just went ahead with the flow and played pawn a4. White moved his pawn forward. Black moved his pawn forward. White moves his pawn forward. Now, I showed you this line at the beginning itself. Black pushes, but white queens first. That should be winning for white, right? But here in this position, black has one last chance to save the game. If he finds the next move, he can make it a draw at least. Not a win, but at least a draw. Can you find that move? It's very similar to knight f6. By the way, knight f6 will not win because white will just queen, right? He queens and he wins. You promote, if you push the pawn, then queen takes knight. So knight f6 will not win. The move that draws in this game, the last saving grace for black, is knight to g7 check. What is the point of that check, right? King will not come here, he'll come to g6. And now black pushes. White queens first, but the knight is in the way. So white does not control the square. So the knight has covered that diagonal, and now black queens at the same time, and this is an equal position. Queen takes knight, queen takes back, king takes, and then black will come and pick up the pawn. So that move was possible in this position. Knight to g7 check, the move to draw the game. So here he had knight f6 to win the game, black, and here after a few moves he had knight g7 to draw the game. But he did not find it. He played knight d6 check. Knight d6 check, and the game just ended after a few moves. White took the queen, did some work to take the knight. King comes, and then we lose the knight to a pin. And he takes it. Now it's just a queen checkmate. Atik does not miss that. He covers the second last line. King comes into the game. King comes and checkmate. So that was an unbelievable pawn race, and it could have been a brilliant win for Arav. He missed it. It could have been a brilliant draw as well. He missed that also, and it just became a terrible loss at the end.